Wiki Jackson.
Hello YouTube, this is Jacob Torres from wikijackson.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own custom keypad lock screen, or lock screen keypad, for both an older iDevice such as an iPod Touch 2G or an iPhone 3G, or the newer devices such as an iPhone 3GS or 4 or 4S or whatever. So let's get started. Here's the one that I made. It just has some nice rounded numbers with gradients on them. And when you press it, the gradient inverts, so it looks like it's kind of being pressed. So I'm just going to show you how to make that. So let's get started. There will be a folder in the description. I will call it Lockscreen, and everything you need for this tutorial will be in here. Here's the ones that I made, all 4 of them for both the iPhone 4S and the older iDevices. And here are 2 templates that you can use to make your own. And here's just a folder that I made for your custom keypads to go in there, so you don't mix them up with the ones that I pre-made. So let's get started. We're just going to open these 2 with Fireworks. I use Fireworks just because I prefer it over Adobe Photoshop. And let's get started. Today I'm going to be just making some beveled rectangles. I'm going to be using beveled rectangles as our shapes. So first we're going to make the iPhone 4S one. There we go. And so you just want to line the crosshairs up at the corner. Actually, no. You're going to want to align the crosshairs at this corner right here between those 2 lines. You're just going to drag up until it's aligned right there. And this has to be perfect, or else the when you press it, the image that you made when you press it, it's going to be off slightly. The first time I made it, my images were way off and it looked terrible. So you have to be very precise when doing this. If you have to adjust the size sometime, you need to do that. Alright, and we're just going to give this a radial gradient, I guess. And we'll make the first color red, and the second color a bit of a lighter red. So, actually, no, we're going to do green because I like green. Or, it's not that I like green, it's just that red is a difficult color to find, especially with all the oranges and yellows. So we'll use this green for that end, and I guess this green for the other end. So that looks pretty nice. It looks like the center is coming up and out, and when you press it, that will be inverted, but we'll get to that part later. So you're just going to want to copy it, Command-C, Control-C on Windows, Command-V, Control-V on Windows to paste it, and just drag it into the next box, and you're going to want to paste again and drag it into the last box. Now you may notice that this looks a little bit thicker. You're going to have to adjust this middle one if you want it to look nice, like that, so that all of them have the same, just 1 pixel radius. I like doing that because if you don't do it, then it could be disaligned or misaligned. I don't know what the word is for that, but it's not going to look good when you actually press it. So then you Command-C all 3 of those and Command-V them down there. Make them all aligned nice and pretty. And select all 6 of those. Again, Command-C, Command-V, and align it again. And that looks pretty good. And we're just going to group all of these rectangles just to make it easier. And we're going to group the lines that I had for the template too. So, group. And just to test our work, we're going to turn the lines off, and that looks really nice. And so next we're going to add the numbers. You can use any font that you want. I'm going to be using Bionic Comic, which is the text that WikiJackson uses for all of its banners and stuff. Whoops. So you're just going to want to go text. And I suggest going from anywhere from 80 to 96 for the Retina display, or the iPhone 4S version. I'm just using 96. I really don't know why. And it's hard to find a center point in these when you're working with numbers. I don't know why, but, oh, there's one. So I'll just use that. Command-C, Command-V. Try and find another one. It doesn't look like I'm going to find it, so I'm going to eyeball it. And Command-V again. Right about there. Alright, and select all 3, and we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Just copy and paste. Move them on down. Select to the top 3. Copy and paste, move them on down. And you're not going to need these numbers. Whoops. I'll get the select tool. You're not going to need these two because these are the delete buttons and the cancel button, and this is just a blank button. So now you're going to want to actually order your numbers so it looks good. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you get the point, 8, 9, and 0, or 10. And of course you could change that to whatever you want. You don't even really need the numbers if you want to like confuse someone, but I'm just making a very standard one. So that looks good, and I'm going to group the numbers too, just for simplicity. So right click, group. Alright, so that looks good. And now we're going to make the pressed version, or actually first we're going to save it. So Shift Command S, or save as. You're going to want to title it Device Lock. Whoops, I spelled device wrong. Device Lock. What is the actual text? I'm sorry, I forgot. It'll be in the description. And here, Device Lock Keypad, squiggly iPhone, and I'll just add some random things after it so that I know that it's this one. And then we're going to save it. Actually, this is the Retina one, so I'll put @2x on it. And disregard this random stuff that I just put on. This is going to be the title that you use for when you're actually SSHing into your iPhone. This is going to be the name of that file. And the other file for the pressed one is going to be the same thing, just with pressed added on after it. And then the @2x is used for the Retina displays, or the iPhone 4 or iPhone 3GS and up. And then the normal or the older iDevices don't have the @2x. So I'll save that. Now we're going to make the press version. We're just going to click on that grouping of the rectangles that we had, and we're just going to flip these gradient colors. Just like this. Make sure that they go all the way out to the sides or it won't look right. There we go. Alright. And then now you can see it kind of looks like it's going in since the shadow's on the inside, or the darker color's on the inside. And once again, Shift Command S, or save as. And we're just going to add a pressed after this keypad. And like I said, disregard the random crap right here. I'm just using that to diversitize it. I just made that word up. Diversitize it from the other lock screens that I made. So we'll save that. And now the Retina display is basically done. And now I'm going to pause the video and make the older iDevices video, because I have an older iDevice, so I can't really test this out. So I will be back when I'm done with that. Okay, so here they are. There's the normal one and the pressed overlay. I just did this really quickly. It's going to look very terrible. You can see some of my blemishes, all my mess ups. If I had the time, then I would go through and correct all those, but I really just want to get this done. I have something to do right now. So here they are, and basically the keypad building is done. Like I said, you could use those templates that I gave you to make whatever ones you want, or you can use this green one that I'm making, or the blue ones that I showed you at the beginning of the video. We'll also have these green ones in the description. So now we're going to SSH into our iPhone/iPod Touch. Just save those, and we're done with fireworks, so we're just going to quit that. And now I'm using iFunbox just because it's through USB, and you don't need any separate software to SSH into it, I guess. You don't need to download anything on your iPod to do it. It's just easier to use iFunbox, I think. I suggest you getting it. So what you're going to do is hit copy from Mac like I just did. Go to desktop, lock screen, and you're going to select all 4 of the images that you want, including the Retina ones, even if you're running an older iDevice. You're going to want to get all 4 of them just so that you have all of them. And then it's just going to replace them already. Here's one, here's the pressed images, and the other one somewhere else. You can find them. So you just want to hit refresh up here, and then in your iPhone/iPod Touch, I'm just going to respring. Now, as you can see, I still have the old one on because I haven't resprung yet. So I'm using respring fast. If you've watched our last Wiki Jackson video, then you can see that we use respring fast for our respringing part of the video. My apologies, YouTube. I forgot to rename the images, so if you look in here, you'll find all of our random goose, I guess is what we're going to be calling them. Those are all in there right now, and as you can see, I still have the old keypad on there, so we're just going to rename those and re-upload them. Finder, desktop, lock screen. We're just going to take this, and I will get rid of that extension, and I just realized I'll put it back on real quick. I'm going to move these into a new folder. I'll call it green pre-made. And this is the folder that's going to be for download in the description. So I'm just going to move these 4 green ones into there. And you know, while we're here, I'll just make a blue pre-made for you guys also. And these 4 will be in there. Just like that. And here they are, so we're going to rename them. Okay, so now they're all renamed to their appropriate names. And we could just close that, copy from Mac again, desktop, lock screen, green pre-made, select all 4 of those. And now it should work. We're going to respring again. Do that. Using respring fast. Okay, so now my device is resprung, and now that I can actually see the lock screen on my device, I don't recommend using green because the rollovers, it doesn't look too good. It may look better on my screen, but on the actual iDevice, it looks terrible, I think, so I do not recommend using green. I think blue looks the best, as you saw in the beginning of this tutorial. But that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Look forward to more WikiJackson tutorials, and soon our upcoming services page will be finally complete. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please follow us on Twitter at WikiJackson. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our website. Later.